Hello YouTubers, Wargamers. This is going to be part 14 of the Antiochus long campaign. Okay, we're currently going to be facing the Romans. And this is going to be quite an interesting battle because they are such bullies and they just think they can dictate terms to anybody or threaten with war like they're so tough in the first place. I don't buy it. I'm going to move my troops into Greece. Unfortunately, I can't move that many in there, but I'm going to use the Aetolian League as allies. So let's see what troops we need to detach and see what we can bring to Greece with us. I'm going to do the following here. Detach my javelin men and all kinds of other units, but this is the Battle of Thermopylae, and it really baffles me that Antiochus, had a good streak of victories. He had a giant, powerful empire. He could draw so many resources, but yet when he encountered the Romans, he just choked. And I don't understand why he just suddenly choked. But in this case here, we're going to defeat the Romans. They don't stand a chance. The Seleucid army has such a diversity of troops. There's nothing lacking. It has the phalanx, has good infantry, good medium infantry, awesome cataphracts, awesome Zistophora cavalry. The Romans cannot match in cavalry. So they got tough infantry with the manipular formation, but tell you the truth, I don't think they're going to be much of a match, a challenge here. So let's set up our army. And it's nice that we got a mountain to the right that we can anchor on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my infantry anchoring towards the mountain, the phalanx in the middle, and I'm going to probably just have one cataphract just in case need to annoy some light units. But the majority of the cavalry I'm going to put on the left wing. Basically, the infantry is going to hold and countercharge the Roman infantry, and then my cataphracts are going to do most of the damage. And if used properly, I believe this thing could work out very well. I think we faced a lot worse challenges. This Roman challenge is not really anything to be worried about. So I'm just going to set up the troops here, and let's see what the Romans will have. I just have diversity. These are the troops. These Thermopylae are lent by the Aetolian League. These are my Aetolian League allies. But supposedly when Antiochus was caught up at Thermopylae, he only had like a little over 10,000 troops, and the Romans had 20,000. And they didn't even put up a fight. They were completely massacred by the Romans. And it's a mystery to me how that happened. I mean, how in the world did they just get massacred? So got my Gauls. I'm going to put them in, and my cavalry is just going to, most of it's going to be on my left. We can just see how this works out. But this is going to be an interesting battle because it's the first time we're encountering Roman legions. different type of heavy infantry. The most we've encountered Macedonian style armies before. But it's always the question, like phalanx versus legion. And I really think the reason the Romans were successful is that they had much better leaders, and the Macedonians just didn't have the leadership. I think if Alexander the Great was commanding the army, he would have slaughtered he would have crushed the Romans very easily. It would not have been a problem at all. I mean, Hannibal didn't have a hard time with them when he had the proper amount of troops, where he had cavalry superiority and he had very well trained infantry. He completely crushed the Romans. It's only with poor leadership in Spain, and then at Zama when Scipio finally beat Hannibal, but Hannibal was lacking cavalry and the majority of his army were just raw recruits, in this game represented by Paeani infantry, one of the worst units you can have. So I think with a well-trained Macedonian army with a flexible leadership like Alexander the Great, they could have really done a good job on the Romans. I mean, Pyrrhus of Epirus, when he landed in Italy, he did a good job on them, but he was just a little bit too overzealous. But he still beat them. But the leadership after that, I don't think, Philip, I don't think the Macedonian leadership was good. And like in the critical battle of Raphia, and even in Magnesia, which will be the battle after this, but I can promise you it's going to be, the end result's going to be a lot different than the historical result. Because first of all, my setup is different, and I'm not going to make the mistakes that Antiochus made. And I think he went on a joyride again. He pursued the Roman flank and just completely ignored the rest of his army. I don't know if that's true, but this is how the historians tell us what happened. Happened in Raphia and happened again in Magnesia. But he did very poorly against the Romans. And then I think he just died a miserable man while trying to get the reparations for the Romans. He tried to plunder a temple in Susa, and I guess he got killed. But okay, this is about to begin. So let's see what the Romans will bring. Oh, wow. Oh, I should be completely terrified of this little army coming. I think I was just going to stay put and let them. They got skirmishers. They got a bunch of them facing my left, which is a good problem. Good thing I brought a cavalry along. But on my left, oh, I have tremendous skirmisher superiority and cavalry. And it doesn't even look like the Romans brought hardly any Greek allies, or except the Sistophoroi cavalry. They just brought their, they never had a lot of cavalry, just a lot of infantry, but they think they can beat me here. This is a joke. My cavalry is just going to rout their cavalry, and then their infantry is going to be hemmed in, going to be blocked with my front, and then my cataphracts are just going to crush them on the flanks. Oh, this is turkey shoot. The Ptolemaic armies were a lot more challenging because they brought a lot of cavalry with them, and I had to defeat that cavalry. But these guys, with their all-powerful legions, there's no way they can win. They don't have enough cavalry. They didn't even bring... I guess their Greek allies didn't even want to participate. They're too scared of me. Even with I mean, we're about even in strength, so this is not like the historical Thermopylae. I think Antiochus just got caught. What happened was half his army got destroyed before that, and then he retreated with the other half, but this isn't happening here. We're fighting with a full complement of allies and Seleucids. I mean, but historically, he just completely choked at Thermopylae in Greece, and then in Magnesia too. I mean, it's not going to happen. Look at them just arrogantly advance, like nothing. They had no fear at all. They're marching right into the greatest phalanx in the world, descendant of Alexander the Great, and they think that their little checker manipular formation and their cavalry advances like they got something to offer. Lot of fun. Oh, here goes one. All right, let's see what we can do here. We have so much cavalry. We got excellent infantry, except one raw pike phalanx, but we're going to make sure he's not going to get overwhelmed. Velites. Just some light infantry with javelins. No match for our men. I mean, our Persian cowards can do a better job. Look at this. Look at this. Parade. They're more considered. This is more like a parade than a battle. And this is the mighty Roman Republic that's dictating to everybody else and threatening everybody with war. What, you want to go to war? Come on. Let's do it. Let's march a couple of these units on our right forward, because that away we can actually distract some legionaries, and they're going to avoid our main line, and we're going to have superiority. This doesn't even look like they have hardly any men. They're just so tightly compacted, their legions. They got some raw hastati. Really, these guys are nothing. They cannot compete with Seleucid power. Disrupted. This big block coming at me. Ouch. Keep on going, keep on coming. Oh, finally they diverted some units. Okay, this is working. They're going to detach 2 units to pursue my Piraeus. Triari. Oh yeah, just right into my missile troops. That's really smart. So arrogant. They are a pain, these Velites. I can't charge him there. The odds are not good. Take this. That's what I wanted. I wanted those units to be diverted. Now let's move the cavalry forward, so they're going to have to turn around and chase. Go towards the right. Our units are covering well. Our front is covered well. Start hitting that cavalry. That's going to rout soon. Fragmented, and let's just break him with a charge. And now we can even get behind the Roman infantry. They're going to have to do something. They don't bring any cavalry. I guess no Greeks wanted to join them. They couldn't borrow some Sistophora from the Macedonians or Aeolians. Yeah, let's just go right into and charge them. There we go. Nice. We can mow them right down. They've experienced elephants before, but they've never encountered cataphracts, so this is a nice little pleasant surprise for them. They're just walking right into this trap. I'm gonna move them to the right. Maybe we can divert a few units. No, we don't need to charge and get tangled up. Let's go around them. And then when they turn around, we'll have an infantry unit and a cavalry unit to follow up and catch them in the rear and then break them as they're running. Oh, this is good. This has got to be an uneasy feeling, having some cavalry already behind your army. Oh, they're going to attack. See, they don't know what cataphracts are made of. That's the problem. They haven't experienced cataphracts yet. And where are your Greek allies? I guess they scared once they found out I had a good army, a good sizable army. They just want to sit back and watch. Look at these. There's just not much offensive power in the Romans. Yeah, we got to hit them in the back. Oh, we have to stall. Keep on going. That away. That's it. Now we got them cut off two ways. Oh, we're going to have fun with that cavalry unit. So they just have one cavalry left, and it's probably going to have to go towards the Roman right, just to, I mean, I'm already behind them, collapsing. My light units are going to do a job. Ouch. Fragmented. A couple more shots in his history. We can break him now. Plus we can get some cataphracts behind him. Then we can choose our attacks too. Okay, we broke one. Now we can charge right into disrupted unit. Ow, another 62 gone. Let's hit these guys. Raw legionnaires. Ow. And now why? Yeah, we should charge right into it. We don't want to give them an impact against our raw phalangites. Charge with the cystophoroi. Just keep on harassing them with the cystophoroi. Just weaken them so that by the time our infantry can come forward and hit them hard. Good, nice casualty rate. And this is where they made a mistake, because now they're chasing the units on my right. Now it gives my powerful phalanx a chance to attack their center without worrying about getting flanked. And I can use my Gauls and the other two Aetolians to keep the other legionaries busy, occupied. Like right here. We got to move forward so they can't reinforce, while the Roman right collapses under a pressure between our infantry and the cataphracts cavalry, like a nutcracker. That's the strategy. While these units here that I'm moving are going to be more diversionary. I don't expect to win, but it's enough to harass and give time for my elite phalanx units, the few guys I have here, to completely put the Roman main body in a vice grip between the cavalry and the infantry. I even got a unit behind. I mean, this is what happens when you're so arrogant and just come marching forward. See, now they even have to turn to protect themselves against my cataphracts, and they can't concentrate on the infantry. And in the meantime, my infantry is going to pick off their units one by one, while my cataphracts and cavalry are just holding firm and counterattacking. See, they all have to divert to counter the cavalry, and now my infantry is just going to smoke these guys. There's like five little blocks of infantry. They're going to be destroyed. And there's a little side battle on the side here. That's going to be pretty good too. See, now we got a second charge on that. That's what I wanted. And that's very good. Let the Gauls attack these Italians. And now my Greeks. Broken. Now there's only 2 units. There's 2 units plus light units. Now we can continue our offensive in the center. Push them back. Yes, it's exactly what it is. Put them in that vice grip. They're pretty much surrounded. The ones in the middle, that whole Roman army in the middle is surrounded. Keep on going. And just keep on charging in there and just be relentless. Do not let... Keep on charging. Keep on charging. Just keep on charging and doing damage. That's what we want. Let's try to pick off this cavalry unit as best as we can. just keep on hitting it. That's as much damage as we can so we can try to break as many units. Once a lot of them are broken, they just will collapse. Two. Let's hit as many shots on that cavalry as we can get. Let's see if I can hit something. Keep on charging into them. Very nice. These charges just really, I just wear them down. They just completely wear down those infantry units. While my phalanx in the center is just winning. Yeah, these guys are going to get... They're going to get pushed back, but that's the purpose. They were a diversion. We can handle the rest. The Gauls and the 2 Greek units are diversionary units. While we finish off these nuisance light units. The Velites. Try to break some more here. Now you know raw phalangites can even be. At least the raw phalangites didn't have to face an impact. That's what I try to make sure with the cavalry. Yeah, of course. Anytime they're losing real badly, they got to start rallying. And the book says it's totally random, and no, I don't buy it. They did just rally too many. In a critical time, they just rally too many units. But when I'm losing, I don't rally like that. Not like the AI does. Yeah, these guys are weak. They hold firm, but it's not going to help them. I'm pushing them back. They got to break soon. Yeah, exactly going. The pincer movement's working real well. Cataphracts, if assisted, can really do a lot of damage. Yeah, let's get some arrows into the commander's unit. Commander's unit. Is that him? Yep. Okay, we got a shot here. I do have my cataphract in the north is getting surrounded, but that's good. It's holding up a lot of units. It's holding up a lot of units, so That is very good. Even if it breaks, still 3 or 4 Roman units being tied up by one cataphract while the rest of my army slaughters the rest. Those are very good situations. This guy rallied. I want to try to hit that cavalry. This is another command unit, and the less command units there are, the better. I mean, this has got to be terrible. I mean, you got units shooting you from behind. Oh, this is a Kesselschlacht right here. This is a Kesselschlacht, that little bit. Charge. Keep them engaged and just hit them. Oh. Not what they call it, a Kesselschlacht. This is you got isolated units and the main body is just getting surrounded. So, let's get rid of this one. Break them. There we go. Now we can turn around. Let's get it the right facing and we can pick off these light units. Not that. Sometimes the facing is difficult. You got to get exactly where you want it with the squares here. There we go. Cavalry got to turn, because that way we can possibly charge with the infantry and then finally pursue with the cavalry. They're not gonna. These units could possibly. Not bad. So we're going to have to do a little damage, do a flank charge on that one. I disrupted him, that's better, so they cannot attack as strongly. We have to break more units. Just roll out of Greek units. Oh, they served their purpose. Don't rally too many. Yeah, it's like they have 2 turns. They take my Greeks out and then all of a sudden they can turn and charge my Gauls. I guess that's the flexibility of the Roman units. Oh, now he turns and rear charges my phalanx. Now he's winning, but I think that's only a temporary. Yep, he's not winning. Roman's gonna get pounded. Fragmented. to be able to hit them in the rear in a bit. So charge them. See what happens here. Okay, let's see. And now we're gonna keep on hitting them. Do we have anything? Yeah, we can target the horse right here. Keep on targeting. Break that cavalry unit. This is gonna soon be over, I hope. Turn around and just whoop them. Whoop them. Auto brake, excellent. Let's keep on charging into these guys. Keep on hitting that general unit with as many possible shots as you can. Make him break. Break. I don't know, let's try this. I wonder if I hit them, they can hit the Romans in the rear. Could that be a possibility? I'm thinking. Would that work? I remember when playing the tabletop games, we had to do all these calculations whether such stuff would work. But, yeah, he's attacked from three sides. But, like I said, this cataphract here is really holding up a lot of units. Now, if I charge that phalanx into these, then I'm going to charge into the rear of that Roman unit attacking my general. Oh, both ways with cavalry and infantry. Awesome. Oh, that did it. Now, these three other units to the right, they're totally useless. Let's get it ready where we can charge. We're going to completely break all these units inside here. And then go after the general unit and then these other three units to the right. I got half the Roman army is already destroyed. Gotta hit that. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of braking in a little bit. I don't think there's much they can do. They may route that cataphract in the north, but everything else is just going to go bad. I'm going to charge right into the flank and hit that entire line. Oh, good. There's some dispersal. It's going to give me enough time to turn and face these other Roman units on my right. They're gone. He's going to be gone soon. See, now I can back off, and that's the nice thing. When they back off, they can charge again. The cataphract disengages and then charges back in. That's very well-trained cavalry. All right, now I can start turning. This has to hurt. Oh! Oh, this is horrible. Another break. Oh! Keep on picking this one off. Well, what can I do here? There's only a few Roman units left. Let's go hit that cavalry again. Maybe we can throw some. Don't have much ammunition, but the job I think is done. And now we can turn. This is. Now I got a cataphract coming from that direction too. Move upward to confront those, and then I can turn one of those units to face these other Roman units that are kind of scattered on the right. There's not even any organized formation. I think I just this is basically it. This is desperation. Okay, now I can turn around. Auto brakes. And now that other cavalry is going to face. That's a break. Oh, I got one cataphract, no big deal. And that's the end of the Roman army in Thermopylae. Really, to tell you the truth, they were no challenge. Not much of a challenge at all. They were nothing. So until next time, thank you very much.